Hi, my name is Jess. Welcome to the Social Examiner. I'm so excited to be finally starting my YouTube channel. Okay, here on this channel, we'll be observing the current state of society by reflecting on how we contribute to it as individuals. So we're talking about everything dealing with the human behavior. Okay, with our human behavior, we act in a sequence of patterns. We are very repetitive. We are predictable. I know our predictability has a bad rep. We're like, oh, humans are dumb. We keep on, doing things that we don't want to do, or we form habits that it's kind of hard to break and all that kind of stuff. But it's not a bad thing. Like as the more I'm observing life and what it means to be human, like it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that we have a pattern in our human behavior. The pattern allows us to study and observe, and if we lean into that more, we can learn from our ways. We can learn from the things that happened in the past, and we can learn moving forward in the future for change. Because another thing that we experience here in life is adversity, is pain that is very predominant. It is an inevitable experience that we experience here on earth, and we all go through it. That is something that we all as humans have in common. There's no soul being by themselves going through a completely different experience. Okay, everyone has experienced pain and adversity, and part of that, but also we experience good things as well, right? So there's a pattern into all of this, and the reason why we are witnessing and experiencing things today, if that makes sense. I don't want to give everything away. And of course, there is different levels of adversity and pain that we go through as humans. However, we experience it in a pattern. Like it started from somewhere, it built it up, and it did something to where if we share that experience with others, we can learn from it, we can heal from it, we can just do life together, if that makes sense. Okay, the more I study life, the more I view my life and my friends, family, co-workers, I see that it's very important for us humans to be a part of community and socialize and build relationships, because we are all here for each other. We are all here to support each other at some capacity. We're all here on this earth, which is a temporary experience, to learn from each other, because we do have a duality and stuff, which I'm not gonna go into because it's gonna make this whole intro so freaking long. So just to kind of reel back into what this channel is about, to study everything dealing with the human behavior, and we're gonna see this through what is prevalent here in society. So we're gonna view topics that's happening in the current news, happening in politics, pop culture, celebrity news, some books, whatever's trending on social media, some things. Also, my favorite book is the Bible. So I'm gonna bring a bit of foundation of faith. I am a Christian, and I do believe from reading the Bible, there's a whole lot of truth in the Bible, and it is very relevant to the life that we live today. The Bible is very relevant. The things that we're talking about, the things that we're witnessing, things like our vices and our virtues, the good and bad that we see prevalent today, its pattern, its prevalence, it's all in the Bible. Also, in science, the study of humans, psychology, there's a parallel. There's, a scientific way of describing of the characteristics and things and happenings and prevalence that's going on in the Bible. Like it all connects. Trust me, it really connects. So I know, hopefully it's not going to turn some of y'all off, because I understand Christians have a bad rep here in society, and that's something we'll talk about later in my channel. So just hang on tight. But yeah, I'm really excited to be kicking this channel off. Like, it's been a long time coming. I feel like we in society today, when I say society, I'm saying you, me, us, we individuals form society. So whatever is prevalent and going on in society, mostly led by the majority, it's what we're seeing. You know, whether it's adversity, whether it's good or bad things, all of its happenings is happening because the majority of us are from different backgrounds. We think a certain way, and our thoughts become actions, and it gets played out, and we witness whatever it is, right? So I do believe us in society, a lot of us are distracted just by simple observance. In my own life, I finally came to that conclusion. I've been overly stimulated. I'm tied to doing many things, many obligations, and a lot of ambition. I'm an entrepreneur, and I tend to get bombarded and burnt out with all the many endeavors I do. And I'm learning how to unwind with some of those things. However, I'm noticing in my own life, I've been heavily distracted from what my body's communicating to me, whether it's certain symptoms like anxiety or depression or other moods and just feelings and sensations I do feel in my body, which I believe is ways that my body's communicating to me, like, hey, this is doing too much. You need to go ahead and rest. You need to do your deep breathing. You need to do X, Y, and Z. And you need to self-reflect with your behaviors, with the friends you have, with the things that went on with your family, how you talk, how you deliver, whatever it is you're saying, how you deal with confrontation, how do you deal with disappointment, all of that stuff. As I sit down and I review, and right now I'm actually doing therapy, so that has helped me a lot this year, even like last year. I've been journaling a lot, but by looking at certain things that I do, thoughts and things I jot down, how I express, how I feel in a moment when I am very upset and whatever, I'm seeing a lot of my flaws. I'm seeing a lot of bad character within my own self. So, honey, I can't even imagine what's going on outside in the world. I see it, I observe it actually, and we all do it as humans, right? However, if we're so distracted, we're doing a lot of things that is making the world what it is right now. So I know a lot of times when we look at the world and we look at the news, we're like, oh my gosh, it sucks. Why would I want to bring a child to this world? Like, please, God, come and destroy the whole place. Like, it's a mess, right? When we say that there's a prevalence of negativity going on in this world, please know that you too are included in what we call society, right? Your participation or lack of participation, you know, being a bystander and just only caring about yourself and the selfishness, or being selfless, either or, okay, is the reason why the world is what it is today. So there's a level of impact that is going on. I believe all of us as individuals, we all influence each other at a certain capacity, right? You can't do something in your life like behind closed doors and think it's not going to affect anyone else. Whoever you come in close contact with, whoever's in your close proximity, whether it's your family, friends, whatever, they are impacted by your presence. Does that make sense? Your behavior, your mood, you choosing to isolate yourself or be a part of the group, okay? It leaves an impression. Whoever you meet is leaving an impression on those people that come across you. So please don't think you're the only good human being in the world and you're isolated and you don't want to have friends and you want to stay back and you feel like it's always them and those people out there. Please understand, you too are included in society today, okay? You too have a level of influence. It's not only the rich people. It is not only the well-spoken and the smart and the leaders and the politicians. And no, honey, we are like, we're all on the same playing field. We just have different roles and different, we say power and stuff, but we'll go into that later in my other videos. But yeah, we impact each other. So if most of us is distracted, which I believe we are, and I will also in another video kind of lay out every distraction and things that we go through, but I pretty much know just by simple observation and just communication with my friends and stuff, we are highly distracted or occupied with things that we don't have enough time to reflect on ourselves. A lot of us are just simply concerned, or we deem ourselves as good people, just generically and whatever in our own minds, by our own merits, by our own thoughts, and how we view ourselves, like if we really know ourselves. But anyways, a lot of us just say, hey, I'm a good person. What are you talking about? Like, I'm right. A lot of us like to think we're always right in every situation, right? And we just like to think that we're just so good, and the things that we say and how we interact and how we deal with things is just a great way of doing things. And if someone has an issue with what we're saying and how we deal with things and what, our point of view is an issue, that they're the problem. Or due to them not accepting your views, depending on what it is, of course, but they're the problem. They're wrong. I'm right. I'm a good person, of course. That's the typical thing that we will tell somebody just describing ourselves, right? But we barely talk about our vices. We barely talk about our flaws. We can talk about our body shape. Oh, like I'm not that skinny, or I'm fat, or I'm too skinny, and my hair, I can work on my hair, my makeup, and my face. We talk about the superficial things, but character-wise, a lot of us are not that well in tune with ourselves. I know we like to think we are, especially those who love to search zodiac signs. What's her birthday? You're a Sagittarius? Oh my gosh, I can't stand, we do all that crap. And I'm sorry, guys, it's so funny, but that's a terrible conversation starter, please. Do not come and meet me, or if I'm on a date or something, and let that be what you lead with is the zodiac signs. Please exit the building. Like, no. Like, you are, just because you Googled or went on some random site to know what your birth month and whatever is, and you just read those characteristics, which is very limited and has nothing to really do with your environment and the people that you're exposed to, and your decisions that you've made that also molded you into the person that you are today. Okay, there's a whole lot that happened, and a whole lot that you've been exposed to that is the reason why you are who you are today, right? So it's very important that we are not distracted, and we cheaply, look up our zodiac signs, and that's all who we are, and we know ourselves like the back of our hand. Absolutely not. I believe each day we're actually learning ourselves. Each day, especially when we are faced with different challenges and experiences and different people, yeah, there's certain things that comes out of us. There's certain new things, new perspective, new way of dealing with things. Some things catch us by surprise, and we act and we do things that sometimes we regret, but we're constantly learning ourselves. Life is about constantly learning ourselves. We don't know ourselves completely. We'll never know ourselves completely, okay? Because clearly, as life may have it, just look at history, right? Certain things can happen, especially when it comes to adversity and pain. It does form and change our brain. It change and forms our spirit. It can change our morals too, right? So there's a whole lot of things, and I can talk for hours about this, but I believe this channel is very important to start off this conversation. If you're watching this right now, I encourage you to look within, to start looking within. It might feel like a scary thing, especially if you've been avoided all your life, especially if you are so tied up in chasing the bag, or being at work, or being with friends and YOLO, taking trips and just doing the most, right? You're so preoccupied, okay? Some of y'all can't barely stay in the silence. That was kind of hard for me, but then again, I got overstimulated and agitated, and then my body was signaling me to finally retract from just hanging out with friends too much, or being too consumed in work, and come into myself and start journaling. Maybe seek free counseling at a church, or maybe seek for an affordable therapy that you can afford, or something like that. or research about human behavior or something, if you're feeling there's something deep down inside of you that you want to understand about yourself, because I also know that a lot of us experience like identity crisis. We're like, why am I here? Why do I exist? Who am I? What am I supposed to be doing right now? A lot of us are feeling that way. A lot of us have this pressure that we don't really talk about. We talk about it when we talk about careers or whatever, but we're not our careers. So we tend to not understand our purpose and why we exist, you know? So I feel like with this channel, we're gonna press into these topics, and hopefully it makes us come to some type of understanding about ourselves, about our humanity. And hopefully it gets us closer to the truth. You know, we're here in this life, a temporary experience, to learn something. Things are going on, and we can get more into that later. So let me go ahead and wrap this up. If you're interested in this content, go ahead and just follow me at The Social Examiner. I forgot all my social media handles, so I'll go ahead and post it at the end of this video or during this video somewhere here. Okay, I'll soon upgrade to a green screen. I'm gonna figure that out later. But I just wanted to go ahead and get this video on and popping. And welcome to The Social Examiner. See you in the next video. Bye.